Hello and welcome to How to Build Software Without Coding. I'm Mr. Hackathon. I show you how to build software without coding. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to integrate AI, more specifically OpenAI, with Glide. Before we get into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about Glide. I typically teach Glide as a beginner introduction to no-code because it's one of the easiest tools to get started with in the no-code space. It allows you to build custom web workflows. It allows you to build progressive web apps and really bring your ideas to life in a matter of hours, literally hours. We can see it here. It is a free tool to use, but it does have premium features that you have to pay for. People are creating dashboards for field operation, events management, customer portals, employee portals, and more. And it's really easy to deploy. No, you cannot deploy to the Google Play Store or the App Store, at least not natively, but you can test your idea out really, really easily. So we're going to get started. What you're going to do to begin with is you're going to create a new application. I've already set something up here. And if I actually go to my homepage, when you set something up, you're probably not going to get a blank screen. You're going to get a templated screen. I've just turned this into custom right here where it says style custom. So it allows me to customize this completely. And what I've done is I've created a homepage with buttons that take you to forms for you to generate a completion or generate an image. We're going to talk a little bit about both of those later. Before we get into that, we're going to show you the results. So here I have some text, but when I click on this, you can see what I've done with the text. So I've summarized the text, I've extracted the sentiment from the text, I extracted the keywords from the text, and I've also rephrased the text. If we scroll down, you can also see I've generated images. A duck in a pond, a samurai in a spaceship, a gorilla swimming, and a rocket ship. I'm going to show you how I did both of those. There are two methods. One is using computed fields in glide tables. Another is using actions that Glide has. So this is a relatively newer feature that Glide has, and I'll show you how to do both. First, you want to create a database to store the information. So for the text, I have a separate database, and you can see here I have a row ID. I have text, which is the user input. So anything that goes here is what the user has put here. Using computed fields, I have summarized the text. I have extracted the sentiment. I have extracted the keywords. I have rephrased the text. You can see here I've rephrased the text. I also have a prompt here for the rephrasing, and that will make sense in a little bit. How we actually get these computed fields is if I was to create another one, let's call this summarize 2. Now go down to type. If I go to other and I go to integrations, what I have to do is click summarize text. Then I select the field. And it's as simple as that. That is how easy it is to do that, to summarize. And so what we can also do is you see integrations, we can suggest the color, extract keywords, analyze the sentiment, suggest emoji, correct the grammar, answer a question. There's lots of different things we can do. I've just stuck to the most simple ones for this tutorial. Lastly, creating a completion. This is a little bit different because it allows you to add a little bit more flexibility. But to do that, you need a prompt that's a little bit more complex than just using a regular field. And so what I've done here is use the template computed function. So here you can see template. And what we're going to do now is say uh, create bullet points for the following text. Then we're going to give it a variable text. And when you're using templates, you can actually replace a particular variable or particular word with a column. So I'm going to replace the word text here with anything in the text column. So what you will see here, it says create bullet points for the following text, and it has everything for the text column there. Same with this one, create bullet points from the following text, and it has everything from the text column there. So what we're going to do this time is we are going to go to the integrations, go to complete prompt, and this time we're going to select our prompt, which is new column. I think that's what it's called. We're going to add some fine tuning here. And then we're going to click done. And you're going to see what it has done here. It has taken the text in the text column and created bullet points. In this other one, it's rephrased it, everything in the text column. So that's how you add more functionality to these computed functions by using the completion prompt. What I've done here to render this is what I have is a collection. I've used cards. When you click on it, you can actually see I've created a column for the summary, a column or a row for the summary, a row for the sentiment, a row for the keywords, a row for the completion. I've created rows for all of that. If we click on this one, you can see a similar thing. A row for the summary, sentiment, keywords, and the completion. So that is how you integrate OpenAI or AI with Glide using computed functions in Glide tables. If I show you the images again, this was a little bit different. So what we have here in the database, we have a separate table for images. And what we have here is row ID. We have the subject, which is the user input. And here on the prompt, what you can see is I have subject, but I have all this additional information that helps us get a good quality image. And this is static hard-coded information that could be user input too if you wanted it to be user input, but I've just made it hard-coded information. And you can see I'm replacing the subject with anything in the subject column. Just to show you what this looks like, if I duplicate this, and you can see I'm using the template type, and I change medium shot to long shot. And what I'm going to do is go to actions. You can create a new action. Here, I already have my action. So when the user interacts with image, it's going to generate an image. To get that, you just click the plus, find OpenAI, and you can see generate image here, just there. And what we're going to do is grab prompt copy. We're storing the image output in the image column. And now, if we go back, home, select generate image, what I'm going to do is a basketball. Should I just do a basketball? Let's just do a basketball. It's a little bit boring, but we're going to hit submit. Go to the results. If we scroll down, you can see it's rendering. It does take a couple seconds, but you can see here, it has generated an image of a basketball. So that is how you natively integrate OpenAI with Glide and start to make really interesting applications. I'll show you another application that I have here using the same functionality. This application is for impact assessments to see how various news headlines impact certain stocks. So what you can see here is some kind of user input. On the back end, it tells OpenAI to assess the impact on a particular company. So let's say we do Microsoft, and this headline, how is this headline going to impact Microsoft? We hit predict. It's doing the prediction, and it's going to take us to the prediction page once it's done. So now it takes us to the prediction page. We can see our results. We click here, and what we can see is China is one of the largest importers of Microsoft products, despite their hostile relationship at times. And it can signal a favorable relationship between the two countries, which can be beneficial to Microsoft's fundamentals. So this is how you make real applications and real use cases from it. I've showed you how to generate images, I showed you how to do completions, and I can't wait to see what you build. If you have any questions, concerns, or queries, feel free to write in the comment section, or alternatively, just reach out to me privately on social media.